time to get to work. Bejeweled mask. Wow.
Listen, the cases of COVID are surging, and if I'm gonna have to be in this, I'm gonna make it glam.
But you know that is not a mask alternative. That is a supplement to wearing a mask.
Yes, CDC Neve. I didn't realize you were Dr. Fauci.
All right, let's see. We got an email here from Samantha. I never thought I'd be writing to you, but you guys sometimes have people reach out on behalf of someone else, and that's what I'm doing for my fiancé, Paul.
Something's happening here.
We've been together for 8 years and have 3 beautiful children. But recently, I heard him bring up a girl from his past, his first love, Katie. They met on Xbox and they were together for 2 years.
Something's happening here.
They planned to move in together, but on the day of the move, she stood him up. That was that, and he moved on with his life. But recently, I found out that Paul has searched for her online and messaged her. Apparently, she said they had never talked before.
Felt so certain, never felt so clear.
This threw Paul for a loop. He can't let it go, and honestly, I'm tired of hearing about it. I think that if he realizes once and for all that he was catfish, he can deal with it and move on. I'm hoping you guys can help open his eyes and get this girl out of his thoughts and out of our lives forever. Thanks, Sam.
Something's happening here.
Samantha sounds like she is very confident in her man, but you gotta watch your confidence when you're trying to hook your fiance up with potentially like the love of his life. What?
Right. Let's reach out to Samantha and get a little bit more info. As someone who was catfished, had I never gone and found out who I was talking to, I would definitely always still be wondering. I get why he's still curious. Getting an answer to that might be a very satisfying and chapter closing resolution. Oh,
Hey, Samantha.
hey,
How are you?
Good, how are you?
great.
Good.
Where do you live?
We live in Holly, Michigan.
Together 8 years, 3 kids, not married yet?
What is going on?
So I have like this fear of marriage.
Oh, so you're the one who's been sort of avoiding it.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Because I was about to all over Paul for not marrying you already, but now, okay.
So what's up with Katie?
Okay, so a few weeks ago, we were all, sitting on the couch and he's scrolling through Instagram and this lovely female pops up. And I'm like,
Wait, so and we're talking about the same girl, Katie?
yes. Like, why is she popping up on your newsfeed? Obviously, you guys are friends.
Mm-hmm.
So he actually told me he had messaged her and she acted like she had no idea who Paul was. Something somewhere's wrong
And so why wasn't that just the end of it?
because I just want to move on with our lives. She was Paul's first love. If she is real, then she's real. If she's not, then she's not. We need to put all this in the past. But if she is who she says she is, would Paul regret not keeping in touch with her?
But be honest, Samantha, like, do you want for Katie to be a catfish?
Yeah, I really do.
But what if this girl Katie is real? We could potentially be connecting them.
I guess it's a chance that I'm willing to take.
So what's up with Paul? Does he know that you reached out to us?
He knows his girlfriend's a straight up savage. And he knows when I want answers, I will stop at nothing to get my answers. I told him I had contacted you guys. He's actually in her bedroom.
Well, get him out here.
All right. Oh God, guys. Babe!
Ooh.
Okay. Hi.
Hey.
Hi, Paul.
How you doing?
Good.
Good. You know who we are, right?
Yeah, I've seen you before.
Okay, cool. First of all, it's always a little awkward talking about exes with your current, girlfriend, boyfriend, wife, whatever. How is this affecting you guys, or is it affecting you guys?
No, not at all.
She seems to think, I guess it is a little.
Samantha's face says differently.
She's not too happy with it, that's for sure.
I don't know if you maybe want to tell Samantha how you feel about her.
She pretty much already knows how I feel about her.
I know he loves me, and I know he cares about me, and I know he wants to be with me. So.
Is that all true?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I love her. Of course I do. I've been with her for 8 years. I wouldn't have stuck around that long.
Obviously, we do need to hear more about this whole story and kind of how it all started.
Okay, so I'm going to let him take over. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Samantha.
Love you, babe.
Love you.
We love her. We love Samantha.
She's a fun time, that's for sure.
So what's the deal with this girl, Katie? And so how old were you? You were
16 when we first met.
Were you living in Michigan at the time?
Yeah, I was living in Michigan.
Where did Katie live?
She lived in Tampa, Florida.
Okay, so you're on Xbox and you see that there's this girl named Katie.
Yeah.
How did that progress from there?
Then we changed phone numbers and we were always on the phone together. I mean, we just started talking every day. I mean, it was nonstop. I mean, we had a phone call for 32 hours at one point. I mean, 32
What?
hours. I mean, it was days.
What made you keep talking to her for 30 hours on any given time?
She was sweet. She's nice. She had a good sense of humor. I mean, we clicked, man, instantly. I fell for her. I really did.
And were you guys in love? Did you say that you loved her?
I did. Oh, I loved her. I loved her. I was with her constantly on the phone. It was a difficult time, too. I got made fun of a lot. So I just quit school and started working.
Okay, so you guys are talking. Are you sending each other pictures?
I mean, she sent me pictures every day. I mean, she even sent me packages in the mail. She was sending me Xboxes and iPods and video games before they even hit the shelves.
What do you know about her? Like, does she come from a lot of money?
She told me her parents had died in a car wreck. She said she had life insurance money, and she said she'd modeled and like that.
But if she has all these tech gadgets, she doesn't have a video camera for her computer?
We always argued about it because I'd always be like, download Skype. It was always an excuse. She was busy or her software couldn't handle it. I mean, I was young. I was like, okay, I understand. I mean, it was a really long time in my life that I had put up towards this girl. I mean, 2 years, I mean, I didn't do nothing for 2 years.
And so what happened? Samantha told us that you guys had planned on moving in together. Was she gonna move to Michigan or were you supposed to move to Florida?
I was gonna go down there and stay for a little bit and see how it worked out. And if it worked out, I was gonna stay. She never came. She wouldn't answer her phone. I was absolutely pissed.
Did she just stop contacting you after she stood you up?
I mean, we stopped contacting each other, and she hit me up probably like a year after. She was trying to talk to me and stuff like that. At that point, I was just like, I'm busy.
Wow, okay, so she reached back out to you well after you guys had sort of broken up.
Yes.
And was that the last time you had communication with her?
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Until kind of recently when you went back and looked at her.
I went and looked for her about 6 months ago, and I ended up finding an Instagram page. I was like, hey, how you doing? What's up? And she was like, I don't know you. And I'm like, what do you mean you don't know me?
But do you think it's just because she feels slighted because the last time you talked, you were like, I gotta go bye?
Probably.
So she could be just being petty.
That's pretty much what I think it is. It's her just being petty.
So wait, so you follow her on Instagram?
Oh, I don't anymore because I can't find it. I looked for her the other day and I couldn't find her.
Well, wait a second. Let me just make one thing clear. Is it possible that someone who knew Katie just basically made a fake profile, met some guy and sort of started this flirtation, and when he said, hey, send me a picture, she was just like, I'll just send a picture of my friend Katie?
I mean, there was honestly too many pictures. I mean, there was provocative pictures she had sent me.
Full nude?
Yeah.
What?
With her face in it?
With her face and her whole body. I mean, whole body.
And they didn't have OnlyFans back then.
Yeah, like, I mean, I don't see how it really couldn't be her. I mean, it has to be.
What photos do you have?
I have one. Yeah, I have one.
Can we see the pictures?
That'd be her. That's her now.
That's a more recent photo that you took off of like her Instagram?
Yep.
Interesting, okay.
And that was her back then.
Oh, the MySpace angle.
Yeah.
I mean, it sucks that like your first experience with love was like so great, but also had such a ending.
10 years later, I mean, there'll be a random day where I just think about her.
You don't tell Sam.
She knows I do think about her, and I think that makes her mad, and I think that causes a blockage in our relationship. I honestly do.
And you obviously know that Samantha has her own feelings and hesitations with marriage.
Yeah, and I gotta understand her feelings any day.
This could be a really big thing for her.
Right.
We need to put this whole Katie situation in the rearview mirror for good.
Yeah, definitely. It's been 10 years. I mean, it needs to come. It does.
All right, so send us that info. We're gonna do some research. And as soon as we find something, we will let you know.
All right, I got you.
We'll talk in a little bit.
All right.
Bye. He's not over Katie. He's not over her. This is clearly the issue that is keeping Paul and Sam from being able to like take that next step and move their asses down the aisle.
Feels like there are two issues here. One is whether or not Katie's real, but more importantly, it feels like the future for Sam and Paul is teetering on this issue.
How are they going to be able to move forward together if we don't find some kind of answer?
We've never had two hopefuls hook up. An identical twin?
Everybody in Hawaii is in on this.
That's insane. We've never seen anything like this.
The Catfish sent you the real guy's Facebook page.
Come on!